Hi, everyone. Happy June.
Yeah.
This is Chicks Talking Pics. Glad you found us. You're here with your hosts, Sandy Zelasco and Jenny Wolf. Hi, Jenny. Where are you at today?
I'm still in San Diego, but be hitting the road. Excuse me, hitting the road soon.
Good. Going ballooning?
Yep, we're going to have a week camping. We might go to the North Rim of the Grand Canyon. We haven't decided yet. And then start doing some ballooning.
Great.
Later
Super. Well, I am going to be on the road too. But I can't remember where I'm going to be June 1st.
It's because you're all over the place.
But I can remember that the opening of the International Exhibition, I think that's how you say it, International Exhibition of Photography at the San Diego County Fair opens in 1 week, June 8th, right in the middle of the week. You mentioned that, Jenny.
Yeah. I don't remember if that's the usual MO, but maybe it is.
So get ready and go see the photography exhibit. You're going to love it. Jenny and I both judged again this year, a couple months ago. So you will see some of the fruits of our labor. I know that there were 36 judges this year, and I can't remember how many categories, but you will enjoy it. I'll tell you that for sure.
Yep.
So go take a look at it. And we're here to bring you another episode of Chicks Talking Pics with 4 images this time. And we are going to get started here. So thanks for letting us chat and share our life with you. Jenny, you're up.
Okay, and all these images are from the same photographer. I would assume this is her cat. It's an interesting perspective. Obviously a good catch light. It might be a little bright on the catch light. It'd be nice if it was toned down a little bit. But I don't really have anything bad to say about it. It's engaging, it's unique, details there. Yeah, the background's not distracting. I don't know. What can you add, Sandy? Anything?
Well, I do like it a lot. I think the art of capturing this kind of a macro close-up shot, and I'm assuming they used a macro lens, maybe not, but a lens with some good minimum focusing distance. Excellent capture here. I love the plane of focus. You can see that it goes right through the eye, above the nose, and off into the distance. I just love the plane of focus here. You're looking right at the eye. I think I would cut from the top. I would give a little less on the top. I know that the cat is looking up into the sky area or up high, maybe at their owner. And with a loving gaze. It's just a beautiful gaze, but I think maybe you could cut that down a little. I'm kind of looking here. I don't know, maybe make it a little more of a panoramic shot. But I don't think it's that necessary to do that. What bothers me more than that is the inside of the ear on the left-hand side. I know there's an ear there, but if I get rid of that ear, it doesn't affect the image at all. But if the ear's in it, I kind of, my eye gets drawn out of it. You see, do you agree or no?
Yeah, when you started talking and I started wandering around the image a little more, I was like, well, what would it look like without the ear? And just covering that up, it kind of, it fades off into darkness, just have the dark edge. And I think that would keep the viewer in the frame a little more than having the light ear.
Yeah. As much as I like this image, I'm not sure it would do well in a competition or like the fair competition in the best friends category. I love the connection with it, but I don't think it's telling a whole story. I just think you've done fantastic job in creating this image, but I think it's just lacking a little bit. And for me, it would be that ear on the left. I think getting rid of that, I like the highlights in the eye and the color and the brightness that you mentioned, Jenny. And I like the whiskers that are showing up in different places. But yeah, I just think I'd get rid of that ear on the left because it's a cat.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, and I agree. I don't know that it would do well in the My Best Friends category, which is the official name of the pet category at the fair. I mean, there's an implied connection between the photographer, but you're not seeing it because it's not looking at the camera, which gives you a stronger connection if the cat was looking straight at the camera. So in that case, I think it would change how it fits in the category.
This one might be an image where you're emotionally connected as the photographer. And so, and I can totally understand that because all of my dog images are perfect. So just kidding. Because they're my little puppies. But yeah, I think maybe step back from this one and take a look again. See if you think if we're right. And you know what, if you do, put it in the comments, or if you have a different opinion, we'd love to hear what your thoughts are on our thoughts. Fair enough? Let's have some discussion. All right. Okay, let's go on to the next image.
Yep.
Yeah. So this one is interesting. I'm going to have to show you two images because the maker sent in two different crops on this image. And I think I have things to say about both crops and how they would work and how they don't work. So I'm going to show you this one, then and say that this is an exceptionally well done image. I love the background. You've done a great job with muting the background and keeping it out of focus. I like the story of the acorn woodpecker on the fence. And it's a barbed wire fence, and that it's in a field. The impression I get is a field of maybe yellow flowers in the background that are muted enough that they don't distract, but your focus goes right to that acorn woodpecker with something in its mouth, a little bug or something. Now, Jenny, do you want to say something about this image first, or do you want to wait till I get to the double?
No, I agree with everything you said. I like the sense of place that this one has. I think it has a little more story, but we can talk about that when we see the next one.
Okay, good. So this one, and you can tell what kind of a bug. It looks like a bee of some sort. And I neglected to look at that bigger. I usually don't view any of the images turned in more than 100%. I don't think that's fair. Sometimes I do.
I did on this one, and it's sharp.
Yeah, right. Oh, I agree. It's totally sharp. The depth of field is great. Everything is, I like this crop better because the animal is more prominent in the frame, better than the other image, or the other crop. Jenny?
So I was going back and forth. I think they tell different stories.
Mm-hmm.
This one, if you wanted to just highlight the bird and its active eating, or having prey in its mouth, this is better. I think the other one tells a better environmental portrait story because it's in a grassland sort of field. I mean, here you obviously know it's a fence as well, but yeah, I was flip-flopping between them, and I kind of like the feel of the other one being a little more open, and this one just feels a little tight to me, but it is a better bird portrait. So yeah, it depends which story you want to tell.
That's exactly right. So I put them together, and it depends on the story you want to tell. are you putting this in a competition? Are you putting it on your wall? Are you putting it in a magazine? An editor would rather have the one on the left, I think, because there's more room. They can crop the way they want it cropped, or how they have room on the page. The one on the right would do better in, like, for instance, the San Diego County Fair that we mentioned earlier. I think the behavior shows up better on that one on the right. I love that you captured this behavior and the fact that woodpeckers, how they balance themselves on this post, on wherever they're clinging to. Most of the time I call them clinging, but they're kind of perched also on this, and they do that with their tail feathers. I think that's very fascinating. So I think that tells a really good story of behavior of the one on the right, where the one on the left is more sense of place, like Jenny said.
Yeah, so you've got the story of the bird on the one side, and that could go in, a bird identification or a story about that bird species, whereas the other one could go in a story about the place.
Mhm.
And these are some of the species that live in that place. So yeah, they're both equally, it's different crop on the same image, but they both work, but they work in different ways.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think you've mastered your exposure, your depth of field, your every technical thing about the image is great. And the only thing I would say in addition is you probably couldn't enter this in a Photographic Society of America contest that doesn't allow hand of man in there. So bob wire posts, those are all hand of man, but they do have category that you could. Yeah, I
That's
love
going
the
to get
image.
harder. I mean, it's getting harder to find places that don't have a hand of man in.
Yeah, true.
So.
True. And yeah, this bird is just lovely. Great acorn woodpecker. All right, I'm going to hand this over to you, Jenny, but I'm going to tell the title because the maker asked me to mention the title. And the title for this one fits it perfectly. It's called The Storyteller.
Yeah, I kind of had to chuckle when I saw this. The one bird with his mouth open looks like he's just laughing or yelling or something to the other two that are ignoring him. It's just an interesting dynamic.
Telling a story.
Obviously, it must be telling a story. But it's just an interesting dynamic. They're nicely placed in the frame. The background's not distracting. They're all sharp, and I don't have anything to add other than it's a fun image to look at.
This is another week of great photography that's coming into us. Just fantastic. Yeah, they're all equally spaced or somewhat equally spaced, and I like the title, and I can just hear that person in the background yakking away that you're like, you want to just close your eyes and just shut up. Very cute. Very, very cute. So yeah, very nicely a great crop, great depth of field, use of depth of field, because those are not three birds on the same plane. So you had to have been watching your f-stop on that. Yeah, very good. Nicely done. Yeah, I can't say anything nothing bad about it. It's just a lovely, lovely image.
Yep.
All right. Anything else you want to share, Jenny? Nope. She's at a loss for words too. Great job. That's what we want. We want you all to send in your best images so we can fine tune them or not. And you can send those images.
Send in your bad images. It gives us more to talk about.
Yeah, that's true. Send in your bad
sometimes.
chickstalkingpics@gmail.com. That's the address you want to send them to. We'll send you a reply. Give us a couple of days when we receive them. Size them 1920 pixels on the long side. That would help us out. If you have metadata, include it. We love to share that kind of stuff. So if you want to share, people learn from lessons in depth of field. If they see something's done correctly or incorrectly, we can all learn from that. And then I think Jenny will tell us about this next slide.
Yep. So when you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the all so that you get notified when we put out a new episode about every 2 weeks.
Yeah, we need to switch up talking about the slides, don't we, Jenny? Everybody's getting tired. And we are on like our 1-year anniversary still. We're just beyond our very first posting on YouTube. So happy anniversary to us, Jenny. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching Chicks Talking Pics. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.